the biggest lesson that I got from all of it was, I don't own money, and money doesn't own me. Money doesn't dictate who I am or how I show up. It was like I had to get the lesson and alchemize it, and then it just came back. It was so it was so uncanny. Like, it was such a lull from the universe for a few days. And it was like every time I'd thought about going into the victim or the story, I was like, no, Natalie, bring yourself back into alignment. Like, this is your fault. You created this.
Reminder, you did not come here to play someone else's game, to box yourself in, or to let fear guide your choices. You came here to experience joy and abundance and to love the shit out of your life. The Trajectory podcast is here to remind you of a few important truths. 1, you are the creator of your reality. 2, anything that you can dream or imagine, you can create. 3, following passion is the quickest way to align you with your true path. 4, your reality is always a reflection of your current thoughts and beliefs, and those thoughts and beliefs can be changed at any time. You are amazing, and it's time to own who you really are. Tune in weekly to be reminded that you can create the life that you're dreaming of and to learn exactly how to do it. Get inspired by those who have been bold enough to follow their passions and have created their dream life because of it. If you're ready to stop playing small, stop holding yourself back, and start aligning with your trajectory, let's do it. We have today in the studio someone that I've been wanting to talk to for a while, and her busy ass schedule has meant that we've been talking for 2 months or so, waiting for this to happen. We got Natalie Paterson in the studio today. Woo! I'm going to put a round of applause sound effect in the background there because it is well deserved. So Natalie is many, many things. She is a 5D energetics business coach. She's an entrepreneur. She's a self-made millionaire, and she's a teacher of light language, among many other things. But I've been watching this woman on social media for the last few months. She's just sort of popped up out of nowhere, and she's just taking over with her beautiful energy and her authenticity. And that's something that I love so much about her. Every single time I see her videos, I get lit up because she's literally just being her fucking self without any restrictions. She's not holding herself back. So thank you so much for your time. I know you're such a busy woman. How you doing, Nat? What's going on?
I'm so amazing, babe. Thank you so much for having me on. Sorry it's taken so long. And I also trust that this is perfect timing for the people that are listening, perfect timing for you and I. So yeah, I'm fucking excited.
Okay, we just cut out. I don't know if I cut out on your end, but I lost you for a second there. We're on a great start. This is, we're getting tested. We love it. We love it. So
we love it
again.
I'm great. I'm so fucking great. I'm excited. This is going to be lit. I'm fucking ready. Spirit's going to channel through some fucking crazy shit. So yeah, let's go, babe. Let's
do this. Let's freaking do this. So I have so many things I want to dive in with you about. Let's get started with. So generally, we'll start with some Jedi move dances. Yes, okay. We got this. We got it. So the point of this podcast is to show people who have a dream, who have a goal, who have something that they want to do, and they're really just holding themselves back. People like yourselves who have actually taken that leap, who have done it. So we're speaking to them, the dreamers who don't believe in themselves yet, and we're giving them the reasons why they want to start believing in themselves. So can you give us a little bit, and I'm sure every week is very different, but a little bit of a snapshot of what a, in quotes, regular week looks like for you?
Yes. Okay, great. Love this question. So for me right now, my regular week at the moment is traveling. Like, we're in April of this year, and I kid you not, every second week I'm traveling at the minute. I'm so excited just to take a fucking breather. In fact, my partner said to me the other day, hey babe, let's go to Ely Beach next week and we'll just hang out on the jet ski and we'll go to different islands and we'll go and stay on a fucking little reef thing and it's like $2,000 a night. And I was just like, I can't be fucked. I wanted to stay at home. Literally, I have a beautiful $3.7 million property that I'm never in. Like, let's just chill.
Yes.
So, a typical week looks like I've got a beautiful executive assistant that works from my house. I've got a beautiful videographer that works from my house as well. They work 1 week at my house, 1 week at their home. So typically I have a mastermind chat with some beautiful entrepreneurs that I speak to. We do a weekly check-in. I also have another group, spiritual and business container. I check in with them once a week, plus in WhatsApp. I typically get on about a podcast every second week. I also film quite a lot for myself. So I normally do 2 full days of filming a month. And a regular real week looks like me getting up at 6:30 a.m., doing my beautiful morning routine, which consists of meditating, breath work, connecting into my guides, channeling light language. Sometimes I do I swim in my pool. Sometimes I go for a beach walk. Other times I train. So I have a PT that I see 3 times a week. And I normally clock on around 9:30, reply back to emails, have a chat to my team. I do actually have 17 team members all up now, which is really cool between both of my companies. So just check in with my manager of my VA agency, check in with the girls that work for me in Australia here. And so my day, honestly, if I'm really, really honest, my week actually looks like managing people. People think I'm coaching a lot. I'm actually not coaching that much anymore. I've got 3 high-level one-on-ones, which I'm about to finish, which will give me the time freedom to do all my projects. I'm writing a book on the side. I've got a podcast as well. I'm doing events all around Australia. Plus, then I've got my spiritual modality. Plus, I've got new trainings that I'm writing and creating. So my week really looks like creating, managing, and actually coaching. Yeah.
Incredible. If that's not a reason for people to start trusting themselves and taking some action, oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. So what were you doing before this? Because I know just little snippets from your social media. I know you put up a post maybe a couple of months ago saying, you know, like 2 years ago, I was broke, I was this, I was that, like I wasn't sure of where I was going. And now, and now you've got your dream home, you've got your dream car, your Lambo on the way. I love that. You're going overseas all the time. You're blowing off Italian rendezvous. Like it's no big deal. So what were you doing beforehand? And tell me about that transition, because bam, shit can happen quick, people.
Shit can happen quick, people. So like, you know, we're in April right now, 2024. April last year, I did my first $45,000 cash month. And now I'm sitting at, you know, $150,000 cash months. So, but let's take it back, right? My first year of business was not last year, the year before. I started out the first year of my business. I did.
Sorry, it's just amazing. Yeah, 2 years ago, no big deal.
You know, I was literally doing like $8,000 months. I did pick up coaching very quickly with the respect that I had a massive lash business in Melbourne. I did eyelash extensions for 4 years. And so I had a lot of customers, right? I had a lot of clients. So when I went into coaching, it was kind of easy because I already had that rapport with a lot of clients. Right. So I started coaching a lot of people really quickly. Now that first year of business, I helped 70 people out of anxiety and depression. I did multi-6 figures in my first year. And then at the start of last year, Spirit keeps saying to me, teach business owners the energetics. Teach business owners the energetics. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just give it a crack. Last year in January, I did my first $75,000 sales month. And then it just continued to literally progress. So did 120, then 150, then 250,000 in sales in June. And like, I was just fucking killing it, right? And then this year I was like, let's fucking step it up a notch. Last year I did 7 figures in sales. This year I was like, I want to do at least 2.5 million in sales. So guys, I'm tracking really well. We're on the 30th of April. I'm almost at 800,000 for the year, which is really juicy. Next month I'm calling in a $500,000 month, which will take me to 1.3 million, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's not even half the year done. So then the world's my oyster, right? And then of course, how random is this? I meet my fucking soulmate who's been a friend of mine for 2 years. He's already got 2 companies and we both are like, let's just build and buy a heap of fucking properties and just buy and create incredible wealth. And so we've been talking about how we can actually create a $20 million portfolio by next year. Now guys, by the way, I'm 9 years old. I literally this time last year was poor as fuck. All the money that came into my bank account, I just invest. I was happy to live. I had a $500 fucking car. I was happy to literally shop at Kmart and Cotton On, eat fucking toast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was so fucking committed to investing and investing and investing. Like I always had 3 or 4 coaches at a time. And I remember all my peers would be like, why do you have all these fucking coaches, Natalie? And I'd be like, because I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be okay with 10K a month. I don't want to be okay with 20K a month. I want to be okay with fucking $200,000, $300,000 a fucking month. Like I want Lamborghinis. I want Ferraris. I want fucking, I want this as my normal, right? Like not what I want as well is for spiritual people to also want this and desire this and have this. So I basically just believe I'm this big fucking permission piece sign that's out there being like, spiritual people, let's get back. Spiritual people, let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back. You know, that's basically what I'm here for.
I love that, but it's so important. It really is. I mean, there's so many more people waking up every day in the age that we're living in now. Their first question is like, well, what is reality and what the hell is going on? What's been going on? Everything's flipped on its ass and now I've got to figure everything out again. But then there is this just discrepancy between being a spirit-led person and being wealthy. And they think that that's not what we're here for. And one of the best ways that someone, I think it was through a book, I'm horrible when I quote people, I can't remember who quoted it, but I heard somewhere I heard somewhere where someone was saying, like, as a spiritual being led by source, by whatever you want to call it, God, if you are being led by God, if you are God incarnate, in source incarnate, creator incarnate, whatever you want to call it, its job, its desire is to expand, is to express itself, is to experience as much as possible. So you, the human, standing in the way of that force, that life force that's guiding you and that has created you and brought you here, why would you want to do that? It just doesn't make sense. And when I flipped it that way, I was like, yeah, it's actually our job to be the biggest expression of ourselves. And this is where authenticity comes into the piece, right? And it's so hard for so many people to be really authentic. So this might actually come into this answer. I have a sneaking suspicion, but can you tell me, oh, hello, cutie. Who's this?
Oh my God, this is Leo. Leo is a dragon in his past life, actually, funnily enough. And Leo
amazing. I love
to
dragons.
sit with me when I do like healing work, when I do any sort of podcast and stuff. He always wants to come and take a seat. It's so funny.
Oh, cute. I've got my cat here who literally, as soon as Leo jumped up, he just started walking closer. It's like you can sense him. I want to say hello, but not quite yet. We'll see. So let me know, what are 3 of the main reasons that you believe you've been able to create this life in such a short amount of time?
That's a fucking awesome question. So first things first is I anchored deeper into my mission. Now, what do I mean by that? The first year that I started coaching people, I helped 70 people out of anxiety and depression, and I realized a pattern. The pattern was that all star seeds or light workers that have come into this earth, they're feeling lost, stuck, confused, and they're unsure of where to go. Now, I created this like methodology where I teach people how to anchor deeper into their mission. And I noticed that when I help any entrepreneurs, doesn't matter what level they're at, it doesn't matter if they're a multi-millionaire now, doing 10K a month, like whatever the quote unquote like money ranges that they're in, when they anchor deeper into their mission, more money flows to them. So that was the first thing. First thing is, seriously, the more you anchor into your mission, the bigger you will be. And I even said that, like, me and my partner now coming together, both forces of us are so fucking powerful that we all the time, especially when we're fucking, say we accept our mission, we accept our mission, we accept our mission, we accept our mission. Because what's happening is, like, we are telling the universe, we're telling source, we're telling creator, we're telling whatever you want to call it. Plus then what we're also doing is we're allowing all of the timelines behind us to come all into alignment so that we can fully anchor into what we're here to do. Because I believe that all spiritual beings having a human experience are here for a mission, because you signed a fucking contract when you came down. So when we find that contract and we anchor deeper into it, that way we're not going to also fall into like karmic ties or karmic debt and all the pieces, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, why I've been able to literally quantum shift quicker than anyone else in the industry that I've ever met, is because I have this unfuckwithable belief that I'm incredible. I know that I'm such a fucking powerful channel. I know that I'm so fucking good at making money. I know that I'm so fucking good at coaching. I know that I'm so fucking good at speaking. And so that unfuckwithable confidence that I have, it has been built over time. Like, I feel like I've been trained my whole entire life to become this world leader that teaches and leads and inspires global people to better themselves, right? So it's like the unfuckwithable belief and mindset that I have is the second thing. Now, the third thing, the third thing that I think allows me to stand out from other people is my courage. Now, this encompasses a few things, right? My courage to invest in 4 mentors at the same time. My courage to fucking cunt and swear a lot on social media, because that's who I fucking am. Right? Courage to go against the grain of what everyone else in my world thought. Like, at the time, I was a spiritual girl, but none of my friends were really as spiritual as me. None of them were channeling aliens. None of them were connecting to source like I was. And I went against the grain of everyone to go through that. So it was like courage there. Then also courage to be like, yes, I'm spiritual and I want a Lamborghini. Like, yes, I'm spiritual and I desire to have a private jet. Yes, I'm spiritual. So like just the courage of every single layer, then the courage of going through, and this is the truth, guys. Like, I don't just stand in front of you today or sit in front of you today on podcast, sit in front of you today with not having done a lot of work. I have gone through so much courage to expand my energetic capacity from my unconscious mind, the patterns of my life, really taking full radical responsibility of who I am and how I've showed up in the world. That has led me to my success. So I've gone to the depth of my soul so many fucking times. I've had I still at the moment have a transformation mentor that I'm working with through any little layer that comes up. Any story that comes up, I literally bang it on the head straight away with like, let's sit into let's get into a process into it. So what I do behind closed doors has also allowed me this bigness of what I'm here to create, if that makes sense. Like me doing processes in my room at fucking 11 o'clock at night, crying myself to fucking sleep, has allowed me the capacity to be able to hold more money and hold more clients. So they're the three things.
I love that. Absolutely. And just,
Thanks.
yeah, you're just really being yourself. It's incredible because that's the thing we're all trying to do, right? And it takes us so long to figure out how to just stop not being ourselves. Just stop the resistance. It's not even like something you have to do, something you have to undo. And so many people don't realize that. Yeah, unlearn so many things. It's incredible.
Yeah. I always feel like we put these like masks on ourselves, right? Like we put the people pleaser mask on to ensure that people like us. Then we put the victim role on so that we feel like we get more connection. We put the martyr role on so we keep running around doing things for everyone else. Like we put on these masks that we actually hide behind. And so really becoming a leader is really unraveling those masks and being vulnerable enough to show up as all of you. And then the more all of you are, the more people just magnetize to you. That's why like I never send out sticky cold DMs. Like people just message me and be like, Nat, I want to work with you. Nat, I want to work with you. And I'm just like, fucking sweet, let's go. Yeah. And it's because I'm just so fucking me that they also want that self-expression, it's a self-expression codes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's what people are so attracted to with you, with your work, with your videos and content and everything. It's like they're seeing the part of them that they want to be, that they know is there, and they're just going, how has she actually done it? And like when we look at it, it can be simple, but we complicate it. We're so good at complicating. Aren't we clever little idiots? It's fantastic.
We're so clever little idiots.
Honestly. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, before we get in, I want to get into mindset a little bit, and you've sort of tapped onto it a little bit, but can I just also touch onto how has your social circle changed since you've done such a quantum leap? I'm always talking in the podcast, especially in solo episodes, about something you just tapped onto. When you are your authentic self, you become a magnet for everything that, is in resonance with that beautiful higher frequency. But that also means that all of the people and things that you've been hanging around with and have, surrounded yourself with for most of your life do naturally kind of drop off. So have you had experience with that?
Oh, babe, so many. I was actually... Over the weekend, I did an Australian tour around Melbourne and Sydney, and I was speaking about this on stage. Like, the amount of friends I've let go of over the last 2 years is actually huge. So it's kind of like I started off by having a really big, beautiful friendships. I was friends with these people for about 5 years. I was partying with them every weekend, doing drugs, like having a good time, going to festivals, right? Moved up to the Gold Coast from Melbourne, stopped doing drugs, met some more people and then my circle became, we went to breathwork on the beach, we went to yoga, we were all vegan. Like
the new drugs.
That were my new drugs, yes. Yeah. So that became my new lifestyle. And those friends, I love them dearly. And though, all of those friends are still doing that. None of them have progressed. They're all in that same circle. So then I had to shed my layers of like, okay, I want new friends. So there was a period there at the start of last year specifically for about 4 months where I actually had no friends and I was very lonely. So in my house as well, I only had a bed and a desk, and I'd quite literally work, and I was hustling. I was hustling hard, right? Content, posting, masterclasses, events, like you name it, I was fucking doing it. I just wanted to be in the industry. Every fucking podcast I could get on. Like I was just relentless with how I showed up. And what happened was, there was like this period where I was like, fuck, I'm actually alone. Like I've got fuck all friends that are here to really love me and help me and do things with me. So what I was like is I was like, I'm just going to pay for a mastermind. So I bought into 2 masterminds. I invested $78,000 in a day, And I was like, I purposely want to make friends with higher level people that are more successful than me. What happened was, I of course went into both these masterminds. I was the little fish. Now I earn more money than both of the masterminds and the mentors. And so I'm very, very grateful. Well, no, not necessarily my mentors, but definitely on par this year with absolutely the money that I'm making this year, which is amazing. And so it's like very interesting what I've been able to do was, I changed my circles. And also too, one of my best friends, who I was kind of like dabbling talking to, I made a real commitment to start talking to him all the time. He's about to do $10 million already this year. And so I just made the conscious effort to just call him every week. Like, hey bro, what have you been up to? How's the family? How's gym? And we just started talking. And by me just energetically talking to him all the time, he was the one who gave me so many ideas in my business. So I wasn't paying him as a mentor. He was just my friend. But because he was so much further ahead than me, and because his circle of influence were obviously high level people, that also encouraged new waves of thinking and new connection pieces that I didn't have. And so it is very, 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 very high on my priority. I don't have any friends that aren't full business owners and aren't really successful. It is something that I live very strongly by. And even with my partner. So we're new in love, guys. Like, I keep talking about him because I'm so in love.
I love this. Yeah, I didn't even know you had a partner. So congrats. Amazing.
And like, we've been friends for 2 years. So like, we've been friends for ages. So, but when we first came together, we were like, cool, who are we actually hanging out with? And I was like, I don't want to hang out with, like, 7-figure business owners, like that is our minimum. Like that is our minimum now. And so we're actually like one of the reasons that we're going to get like I wanted the Lamborghini anyway. Now he's like, yep, I'm keen. So one of the real reasons we want the Lamborghini is to get into the Lamborghini club, because that way we're going to be meeting people that their normal is driving Lamborghinis.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course my circle of influence is going to go up even higher. The next thing I'm trying to do at the moment, there's a woman in my circle that's a billionaire. I am trying so hard to be mentored by her, because I know that if I get mentored by a billionaire, she's got 3 private jets, she's a woman as well, she's in Australia. If I'm able to be mentored by her, what will that do for my expansion of consciousness? So guys, for those of you who are listening, for those of you who are stuck in patterns, or for those of you who are feeling lonely, let me tell you, go and invest in a mastermind that's going to put you in front of people that are way more successful than you. I felt like shit when I first did it, and now it's fucking paid off. So please let me be the inspiration to you. Invest in yourself in different masterminds, and then build friendships that are in the same circle of what you're doing, you know?
It's so important, honestly. And people have a lot of, they struggle a lot with feeling like they're betraying people, or they, I don't want to let go of this. So then they'll lower themselves again, rather than if you just keep rising, you're actually inspiring and teaching everyone else what's possible. So you're doing beautiful things for yourself and for everyone else. So, oh my gosh, I've got like 50 questions.
Like, there is a big shift you've got to go through. Like, I had a friend, it was probably May last year, who actually, I had a couple of friends all of the 1 week kind of messaged me being like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because of what you put on social media. And I started talking about money really openly. And they were just like, we just don't like the sight of you. And I honestly, like, I cried about it. I was so upset. Called my mum crying. But then also too, I thought about it and I was like, well, no, like, just because you're okay to, sit on the beach all day, every day and not work, doesn't mean that what I'm doing is wrong. And it's like that new movement. There's a whole other story of like the Christian movement. I had a lot of friends go Christian as well, and they're not into what I'm doing anymore, which is so cool. And I'm so, I'm so grateful for them to find whatever they have been seeking for. But yeah, it's just so interesting. The more successful I become, the more people project on you, definitely. Then when you do find friends, it's like almost a deeper connection because they've also gone through it. So in a fucking weird way, you kind of trauma bond with people at this level.
Yeah, it's like the warriors circle.
Circle. Oh my God. Babe, that's really, it literally is like my really successful friends that are all 7-figure business owners. Like, we've all been through people that hate us when they don't actually know us. They just see us as face value. And also too, right, like the law of balance states that there has to be an equal love and equal balance of hate. And so I really feel like my emotions have been able to expand so much deeper and wider this year than ever before, because I see people projecting on me and I see people hating on me, but I also have never had this many people cry and tell me that they love me and tell me that I've changed their life, and tell them that they've been so inspired by me. So it's like, it's that polarity that I see and that I feel. And I just know that it's like this deeper knowing in my soul that like these people that are projecting on me, it's actually more about them than it is about me. And at the depths, I'm able to show them something that triggers them or makes them jealous. And I hope that they find the gratitude in the fact that I'm just showing them.
Absolutely. But I love what you just mentioned about. That's the thing. It is. And what you mentioned about balance is so spot on. And the fact that you have the choice at any time, there is always an equal amount of light as there is dark. You have the choice at any time. You could be focusing all your energy on those people sending you hate, going, what am I doing wrong? And wondering about these fictional problems that don't even exist. Or you can do what you're doing and go, look at how much love I'm receiving. And let's just put my energy and my focus over here. And we're going to attract more of that. It's just going to naturally keep spiraling upwards. It's amazing. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far and getting a lot of value out of it. I'd love to ask you to take just a couple of seconds to rate and subscribe to this channel. Once you do that, take a screenshot, let me see that subscribe button hit and the rating, DM that to me on Instagram at Trujectory, one word, and I have a gift for you. I'm going to send you a link that's going to lead you to some digital artwork. These are pieces that are all original photography. I've gone out in nature and taken some beautiful shots. I've got some quotes over the top. I've got some affirmations. And these are pieces that you can blow up to any size that you wish and hang them around your home or your office. And they're going to keep you in a positive mental headspace at all times. Whenever you look at them, they're really calming, beautiful pieces. So thank you so much in advance for rating and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. It's going to help us get these messages out to a larger audience. And I want this space to be somewhere that you can come every single week to be supported, to be motivated, to be inspired, to be reminded that you can create the life that you choose. And all of the beautiful guests that I have on every week are examples of just that. So thank you in advance. I've got so much love for you. Stay true, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so I have like 50 questions. I got to try and cut this down to a couple. Bring it. Speed run. No, none of that. I would like, I'll just pick one of the mindset ones. What is something that you're doing every day that you are able to prime yourself? Whether it's financially, whether it's, days that you don't want to show up for clients or whatever it is. What is something that's a non-negotiable that you are priming yourself every day? What is this? What is it?
there's a few things that I do, and I'm going to give you guys the first one. Every 2 hours, your body goes back to its default factory setting. Okay? So Woody of Toy Story, he pulls the little string and he goes, I got a snake in my boot. Right? He pulls it and goes, I got a snake in my boot. He keeps pulling it. What happens is Woody will always continue his life with a snake in his fucking boot, right? I don't want that for myself. So I realized that what I had to do was shift my mindset internally to then match my external world, right? And so all I did was, and all I do is every 2 hours, I've got an alarm on my phone that says I'm a multi-millionaire. It actually just went off. It goes from 5 a.m. in the morning right up until 11 p.m. at night. Literally every 2 hours, an alarm goes off saying I'm a multimillionaire. So as soon as I see it, I just have a little chuckle to myself. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm a multimillionaire. Thank you, universe. And I've now been doing this for like 2 years.
Amazing.
2 years, right? So it's just so cool that I can do
planting that seed.
Yeah, so guys, for those of you who are listening right now, fucking do yourself a favor. Literally start doing this every single day, because what you're going to do is your default factory setting is going to be, I'm a multimillionaire. The second thing is I have a map on the back of my phone, literally, that shows me exactly how I'm going to make $2.5 million. So every single time I go to the toilet, every single time I brush my teeth, every single time I'm doing whatever, I always look at the back screen of my phone and I'm like, oh, that's right, $2.5 million. Yeah. And so, of course, I've been able to call it in this year. Of course, I've been able to prime myself this year because it's literally on the back screen of your phone. Now, there's been, studies to show that we actually look at our phones like 400 times a day some days. So it's like, that's so much time. So our unconscious mind, if we can see things like 400 times in a day, what are we priming ourselves with? This is another reason why as soon as I get a crack on my screen, I literally go and get a new screen protector. If we've got a crack in our screen, where else are we having cracks in our life? So just like all the little energetics of the pieces of like reminding yourself who you are and what you're here to do.
Yeah.
And then every single day, just thanking the universe. Like, I'm so grateful, universe. Thank you, universe. Like, I say my thank yous and my gratitudes out loud all day, every day. And by me just doing my gratitudes all day, every day, that just, allows me to sink into a higher vibration, and that higher vibration magically creates my whole entire external reality.
That's so beautiful. You totally just reprogram yourself. I love that. I'm always telling people to do this, but to actually see someone who's done it, and from the sounds of it, you've gone hard. And so I love that. You're gonna force me to up my level now. I love it. I've definitely got the screensaver going on. I learned about that a while ago. I was like, that is such wasted space and time if I'm not using that freaking wallpaper. Come on.
Yes.
So
Yes.
seriously. So you've probably just covered it in your answer there, but is there anything else that you do? I was going to ask you, how did you rewrite your internal programming around money? Like, because did you have a very different belief, or is it basically these things, the alarm and the wallpaper, or is there anything else specifically?
There's so many deeper layers here, babe. Like, I'm actually this weekend, I'm actually running a 5D Money Millionaire Codes workshop. I'm actually going to be recording the whole thing. So for those of you who are listening, I don't know when this podcast actually goes up, but next
2
week,
weeks.
in 2 weeks, perfect. When you're listening to this right now, we can actually put it down below. This is going to be a free resource for you guys to watch. This is a full day of money reprogramming that these fundamental tools have taught me and built me to who I am today. So there's this process that I will be doing in the event that you guys will get to see down below, which is called money channeling. So we actually channel the frequency of money, and we channel it through our bodies. It's actually so much easier to channel than people think. We channel it through our bodies to start to build a connection in a beautiful, relationship with money. So when I first started doing this, money was always telling me, you don't care about me, you don't love me, you're so bad to me. And now money's like, I love you, I'm going to keep flowing to you, keep flowing to you. And so I've taught all of my students, all of my clients this process, and it is the most powerful process that I teach. Plus then I've done a lot of past life clearings. I've done a lot of ancestral clearing. There's also a lot of guilt that I had. I wasn't raised super like rich or anything. We were just very middle class, and so becoming more successful than my family, I held a lot of guilt and shame around that. And so that actually, I had to do a lot of reprogramming around the guilt and the shame from what I was feeling. And then also not just that, but showing up on social media so relentlessly and so ruthlessly, knowing that I'm going to trigger my own family member. Like, that was pretty huge courage, right? So I think that, there's been lots of layers. Also to then, just figuring out all the energetics of money. So every single time I spend money, it's been like, thank you, money. I'm so grateful. Like yesterday, for instance, I paid 17 employees. You could imagine how much money that was out of my bank account, right? Like I paid 17 team members yesterday, which is probably the equivalent to what people normally earn in a year I spent in a day, and so it's getting to that level of like expansion and love and trust that money is literally an energy. I do not own money. Money loves me, money flows to me, money is here to help me co-create in this 3D matrix. And it's like, it's the energetics of all the little pieces. Like for instance, every single one of my bank accounts says, like one of them says I'm a multi-millionaire, one of them says I'm so wealthy, one of them says I'm abundant. My folders on my fucking phone even say that. Like it's in every single thing that I do. It's in every single thing that I weave. Even for about 2 years, I had $100 cash on my mirror, and every single time I went to the mirror, I would say, money, I love you so much. I'm so grateful to co-create with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And every day I would sit in meditation and just like be so grateful for money. I do a lot of sex magic as well. I'm not going to lie. Like when I'm about
powerful alchemy. Amazing.
Peak orgasm. Like I always call in what I want. So the whole of last year, I was calling in like probably twice a week when I'm orgasming. I would say I'm a multi-millionaire. And it's the same thing now.
That's such an untapped and unknown resource, the power of orgasm to manifest. It's absolutely incredible.
It's amazing. Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm so successful. And I actually keep thinking I'll bring out a course on like the
I can already see that going off. Yeah.
Because really, like the orgasms that I have, because I'm so connected to light language, I have like 20-minute orgasms. And literally, I'm in the peak phase of like eyes rolling to the back of my head. I'm channeling light language whilst I'm orgasming because it's so good. Like it's just like I want to actually teach this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's yummy.
Yes. I've been wondering when that would come out. There's definitely a lot more you know, courses and teachings around sex and understanding, you know, sex and sex magic and energetics and all of those sorts of things. But yeah, I can see that as the next level. I'm excited for you. That's happening. That's done.
Thanks, yeah, it's already a thing, and I think my partner and I, we might do something together as well, because he also energetically, like, his whole body, as soon as he'll get a download from spirit, his whole body will go into like a twitch. Almost looks like he's got Tourette's, and so together our frequencies like.
I mean, this is what
everyone needs to fucking know about it. It's like we keep saying we fucking need to teach this, because I didn't know my body could do what it can do. Like, I've had a lot of energetic sex and a lot of Tantra. Like, last year I did a lot of Tantra, where this is like on another fucking level. Like, when you find your fucking soulmate and you both energetically orgasm and you're both telepathic and you both, like, it is such a beautiful dance. And we keep saying that we'll teach it, because I'm like, I want everyone to experience the bliss and the orgasms that I do, because it's fucking mint. I didn't even know I could do it. I was like, this is so fucking cool, you know.
No, but honestly, this is huge, like what you're talking about right now, because this is what you know Yeshua and Mary were doing back then. This is how they were creating and all sorts of things, like using the serpentine energy, kundalini at the same time, like Isis magic. Amazing. Oh my gosh, I can already see it.
Love it.
Okay, so let's look at big picture, because we're going to have to wrap up soon, because I know you're a busy gal. Yep. So what are 2 things, if you could, add to the school curriculum that you wish kids could learn earlier?
Oh, this is so great. We're actually, another thing that we might put into the plan is what's called a 5D school. We're wondering how we can actually create a 5D school, literally. So
okay, we need to talk because that's like my dream.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's called The Ranch for now. It's a working title, but it's not in the city or anything. It's like a little bit off, but it's not an off-grid school. It's just the way that we were meant to be taught, sort of thing, and all the things that we aren't taught, and energetics are at the base of everything.
Oh my God! Literally, this is exactly what me and my partner have been talking about. We're like, we need to create 5D school. One of my other high-level clients, actually, she owns a couple of Montessori's, and they're like spiritual kindergartens, and she's actually about to create a spiritual high school, and then she also wants to do spiritual aged care as well. So she wants to do the whole...
Wow, that's so beautiful.
And it's like, there's so many of us waking up now. Like, there's no fucking way my kids are going to go into the school system. There's no fucking way. My little aliens that pop out of my vagina, they're going to be speaking fucking light language and telling me
they're going to be so confused at a school. Yeah. They're going to be like, why are these people so dull?
Totally. So, yeah, one thing that I'd really love to put into the educational system is quite literally frequency, vibration, chakras, education about dimensions, education about auras, education about how we as energetic beings show up. And then the program I would love everyone to start saying as soon as they're born is, I'm a multidimensional being having a human experience. And I think if we were all just to chant that as a kid, opposed to us saying we're human beings, I can't do that, I think we'd have a totally different experience. And so as soon as my babies come out of the womb, I'm going to be fucking looking at them being like, you're an alien. You're a multidimensional being. You know, like, and I'm just going to channel light language to them all day, every day, just to up their frequency.
I can see that. And you'll give them their own little mini fake phone with a fake wallpaper that's programming them.
Yes! Oh my God. Fuck yes. And as soon as I'll be getting them to look in front of the mirror and telling them how beautiful, like, they are God. I am God, Mum. I am God. I am God. Like, they are fucking God, right? So I think programming, like, just good fucking beautiful self-love care stuff that we all, like, all us entrepreneurs, we all, like, when we all first went into spirituality, we all learned that shit, right? We learned about affirmations, we learned about meditation, we learned about all this stuff. It's like, just fucking teach them that at school.
Yes.
Second thing is definitely meditation. Like, if kids learnt meditation and breath work when they were little kids, they wouldn't have so much fucking unregulated, like, I don't even believe that everyone has autism and fucking ADHD. I'm sorry, but
no, yeah, there's a lot of diagnoses. There's a lot of labels on things that are just, you know, we don't know how to function as what we are because we don't know what we are.
And this thing is, if we were just told and just programmed that we're multidimensional beings having a human experience, the expansion of consciousness would be there for us to not have to limit ourselves and put ourselves in a box, which is limiting all of our beliefs, right? So those 2 things, like, all energetics and then fucking breath work and meditation. Oh my God, babe, we actually have to talk about this.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've got chills.
We've got a full business plan to put retreats all over the world in the next 5 years. And like we've been speaking to brokers and all sorts, but we also incorporating in there that we want to put in a 5-day school. Like actually.
Yes. No, seriously. Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's! Oh my God, of course we're together. Thank you, universe. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you very much.
Love it.
Okay, I've got one more question before the final three. We've always got to go the final three because these are my faves. But I love this question so much as well. What is, if you had to choose one thing, and I already know you're going to be remembered for a shitload of things, my gal, but if there's one thing that you wanted to be remembered for, the main impact that you wish to make on this world, or the main legacy, what would that one thing be if it could only be one thing?
It would be to know that I raised the Earth's consciousness to the 5th dimension.
Beautiful. It's literally like the mission.
And like, and that then like goes all underneath everything, right? Like the light language modality that's taken over the world, the 5D schools, the education of all my books and all my programs, and the legacy of what I've been able to create. Like right now I'm modeling Dolores Cannon, and I know that my light language modality will be in every single country in the world in the next 5 years. And so we've actually got scientists now that are about to start studying my brain to be able to give me the research. Yeah, babe. Like honestly, Joe Dispenza and I, we're going to be like besties. So really where I see myself, my big legacy is that I will have completed my mission on raising the Earth's consciousness to the 5th dimension. And that's what I'll be known for.
Absolutely. Because through your work, you will have made them aware of what's possible, shown them. Yep. It's incredible. Okay. Last three. So what are three? I love this one because we always look at other people and we're so open and readily able to give great compliments and, you know, praise to other people. I know you're good at this, but
I love myself. Am I going to tell you all the things I love about myself?
Three. Give me three qualities that you just really love about yourself.
Oh, I've got fucking 100 guys. I froth myself.
I love that.
Froth myself. Oh my God. Okay. So, the number one thing that I love so deeply into my heart about myself is literally my heart. The reason, you know, I hustled so hard last year, the reason that I invest all my money back into humanity, the reason that I'm living this legacy, the reason that I've anchored my mission, and the reason I do everything that I do is for literally humanity, because I just literally love with all my heart and soul humanity. Like I love humans, I love people, I love love. I love. So first things first, my heart. Second thing that I love about myself is my big fucking authentic, wild, crazy Nat. And I also love my like soft, feminine Nat. I also love my big masculine taking action. Let's fucking do this. You know, like I love my personality. Like I love my essence. I love my soul. Fucking love. I love me. Oh my God, I love it.
I love that. We need more of this.
I love
yes.
I fucking look in the mirror. I'm like, you fucking bitch. Third thing, I love my ability to trust myself. Like trusting myself to get the right mentors, trusting myself to do an Australian tour, trusting myself to start a podcast, trusting myself to go through a process, trusting myself in a relationship, trusting myself with money, trusting myself with getting more Botox in my face. Like literally trusting myself through anything that life throws at me and knowing that I've got me and I'm fucking good and I'm fucking amazing. So my trust.
Amazing. I love that so much because it's such a clear example of, as we always talk about, when you become more authentic, you're tapping back into the source energy that you are. So what does that mean? You're tapping back into the one. You're tapping back into the understanding that you are all, which is why you're so in love with humans. And that's a clear representation of all the work that you've done, because you're going, look at this genuine connection and love and appreciation I have for humankind, because I know we're literally all the same thing and I can feel it. And you're just leading by example. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I want more self-love, more of it. It's so good. Okay, so what is your definition of living in your purpose?
So the definition of living in my purpose is literally acceptance of your message, acceptance of your acceptedness of your mission, of knowing that you are here as a sovereign being to live out your human life, to ensure that you go through all of your karmic cycles, ensure that you go through what you're truly here to create on this earth so that you don't have to come back and do it again. it's really the acceptance of what you're here to bring into this world and totally show all of your essence and to have a fuckload of fun and a fuckload of joy and love along the way.
I think that is so important. It's a beautiful answer, but the joy part, that's something that's so misunderstood and underappreciated and not focused on enough. That is what we're here to do as well. Like, we're here to express ourselves. We're here to have joy. Like, that's literally, I love that
answer. And if you think of like the David Hawkins consciousness of scale, like the David Hawkins scale of consciousness, he actually speaks about joy being one of the highest vibrations that humanity we can actually radiate. And if we're just, again, having a human experience and we're energetic beings, and we know that, you know, we are 99.9999% energy, and we're just here to have a fucking good time. If we actually get ourselves in that joy phase all the time, then all we're going to do is magnetize more joy, magnetize more love, magnetize more happiness. So it's very rare. It's very rare that I have a bad day now. Very rare.
That's amazing. And thank you for saying that, because that's one question that I forgot to tap onto. I was going to ask that because I do believe that that's the thing. When you make joy a priority, that is like a direct path to your true authentic self. And your true authentic self is the magnet for everything that you love and want, right? So having bad days would surely be a lot less, you know?
I'd actually love to just share this one really quick story. So last week I went into a trauma response. Something really fucking scary happened. I had $25,000 stolen out of my bank account. Whoa. And I went into a full trauma response. Like, I mean, like, I started shaking, I started hyperventilating. Then I realized, the trauma response was so quick. I looked at my bank account, I saw $25,000 had been taken out of my account by some random fucking person with a very long name. And I literally dropped down to the ground, started breathing deeply, and then I was like, no, Natalie, bring yourself back. I stood up, I breathed deeply into my nervous system. I got all my I got clothes on, I went straight to the bank, I breathed deeply, and I was like, wow, I can choose to cry over this and be upset and feel dumb and feel ashamed and feel all these negative things, which I did feel for about an hour. And then when I sat with it, I was like, wow, what is the beautiful lessons that I get to learn from this, and how is this helping me, and how is this serving me right now? And so, like, fuck, my partner was here at the time. We literally went out for lunch after we spoke to the ANZ guys. We were speaking to them for about 2 hours. Literally went out for lunch. And I was just like, how did I create this? How did I do this? How did I let this into my field? And what are the lessons that I'm learning from this? And then literally I had the most amazing day by being able to take full responsibility for how I showed up and how this was me. Now, when I was speaking about this on my Australian tour and I was telling everyone, the audience, like, people were fully shocked. They were like, oh my God, Natalie, you poor thing. And I was like, I don't need poor Natalie. Like, I'm great. What an amazing lesson that I got to learn. And so, yeah, it was in that moment that I realized how quickly I can alchemize bad things happening to me now, and actually how incredibly powerful I am that my nervous system can hold an experience like that and me be able to literally turn it on its head so quickly. And I could have let that... For 5 days, my accounts were frozen, so I had no idea how much money was coming in and out of my bank account. They also told me, and I mean, I suppose they have to say this, they also said to me, worst case scenario, they can't get your money back, because if they spend, like, if the scammers spend the money straight away, we can't get your money back. If they put it straight into crypto, we can't get your money back. So I was like, you know what? Great, I'm going to let go of $25,000 and completely alchemize it in my body. Like, I'm grateful for the lessons that I've gotten to receive from this. And my biggest lesson, do you want to know it?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, this is my biggest lesson, and of course, as a leader, I have to go through the fucking ringer before I teach it, right? So it makes sense. It was an initiation.
Yep.
I really own, and I totally own this and take full responsibility for the fact that I actually thought that money in my bank account gave me an identity. So I thought I owned money. I was like, I fucking own this money in my bank account. It's my fucking money. But actually, the biggest lesson that I got from all of it was, I don't own money, and money doesn't own me. Money doesn't dictate who I am or how I show up. And once I alchemized that feeling in my body, literally the money came back into my account.
Oh my gosh, I love that story. And that's such a beautiful example. That's such a good example of, as you're saying, like, I wish kids would come into this world going, I'm a multidimensional being having a human experience. The way that you dealt with that is exactly how people would deal with situations, instead of the panic. And of course, it's allowed to come in initially. We're human. That's what our initial reaction is.
But definitely went into a trauma response, yes.
Yeah.
Truly,
but then you went, okay, first of all, you went, okay, What's the lesson? And you also went, what did I do to attract this into my field? Because you are aware that you are the creator of everything in your reality. So you're not in a victim mode. You're not feeling, oh my gosh, I'm so hard done by. You're going, shit, this sucks. Okay, I'm going to let my body calm down for a second. And now let's go into the learnings, because that's what we're here to do as humans. We're here to learn. So what have I learned? And then look at the rewards came back. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
And it was like, it was waiting till I fully alchemized it. It was like I had to get the lesson and alchemize it, and then it just came back. It was so it was so uncanny. Like, it was such a lull from the universe for a few days. And it was like every time I'd thought about going into the victim or the story, I was like, no, Natalie, bring yourself back into alignment. Like, this is your fault. You created this. And so many lessons, babe.
And it is. And that's, it takes a lot of courage to own that as well, to go, no, this was me. I did that. So that was huge. So thanks, final question. We have already covered a little bit of this, but just a final word to anyone who is listening and going, oh my gosh, now I'm really inspired and I really don't know what to do, but I want to do this thing. What's maybe one piece of advice that they could start with? Like, what's something that's really important that anyone to follow their dream could start with now?
I wish I had my book fucking ready to go and be like, listen to my book, read my book. And guys, what I would love for you all to do is connect into your spirit guides. Your spirit team are there to fully guide you, lead you, inspire you, show you what you're here to create on this earth. So for me, everything that I do is inspired by my spirit guides. Where I live, how I show up, my content, how I talk to my clients, like my whole entire life is so devoted and connected, literally devoted to my spirit guides. So I would say for those of you who are listening that are inspired, firstly, yay! Secondly, I would seriously say go onto YouTube, go onto Audible, like find whatever you can, go onto YouTube, like find whatever you can about spirit guides, listen, learn, and start to connect.
Beautiful. That's such great advice, because that is them tapping into themselves, into source, God, whatever it is that you want to call it. That's fantastic. Yes. Oh my gosh, my love. Thank you so much for your time. So how can people get in touch with you? So we are definitely going to link this freebie below, and I will be attending as well. Or, watching the replay for sure. What can people do to get in touch with you at the moment?
Yes, guys. So you can go onto my Instagram, Natalie Paterson. Paterson is with 1 T, coaching. Literally in my link, in my bio, there is absolutely everything that I do there. So I've got a 3-day light language modality course. I've got a spiritual business container, and then I've also got masterminds. I don't do any high-level one-on-ones anymore, just because I've got so many beautiful projects coming out. Guys, literally my Instagram is the best place, and or you can go to www.nataliepatterson.com.au, and again, everything will be there.
Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you so much for today. I've loved getting to know you a little bit better and hearing about your story, and I'm even more inspired, which I knew I would be, but
yay! Oh, that's so
Thank you for
I
just
love
being
when I get to inspire you. Thanks, baby. Hey, back at you, girlfriend, because like obviously I'm your big mirror too, right?
Yeah, true that. We got to end with the Jedi moves. We started with it.
Yeah, babe. Thank you so much for having me on today.
You're so welcome. I'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day.